Alright, so loads of upsets on the AFC side, especially for some of the top seeds. But we're going to be going over my top 5 AFC teams entering Week 15. Now keep in mind, just like Stephen A says, I put my own little tweak on it. It flows like a river. We don't know what's going to happen the next following week. But who wins and who ends up on the list next week, we don't know. So let's get started off with number 5. So coming in at number 5, even after a loss to Joe Flacco for the first time in a long time, the Jacksonville Jaguars of Duval. Now, lots of concern riding on the shoulders of the Jaguars. But Trevor Lawrence wasn't 100% healthy. We know that because he had an ankle sprain in the game last week against the Bengals, which some Jaguar fans are questioning whether he should have played or not. But this team is still one of the best teams in the NFL. I know that lots of people are saying that this team is not legit after this week, but Joe Flacco and the Browns are actually really good. They could be in the playoff spot, but Jaguars are tougher than ever. They are probably going to host at least one home game, depending on what happens throughout the AFC South. But for right now, Jaguars are at number 5. But coming in at number 4, after a very bad loss to the Buffalo Bills, the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, we got to talk about this. Kadarius Toney lined up offsides in the neutral zone that was a thrown backward pass by Travis Kelce, but was called back because of an offensive offsides. It was the right call. I've made that call once or twice as a high school official. Us officials try to teach these young players just going into middle school or high school that they have to signal the referee before they go behind them, before it gets properly set. But that didn't happen this game. But the offense is in panic mode right now. The offense is not looking great after last week. The offense has only Travis Kelce to go to, who is dating Taylor Swift, which the Chiefs didn't look as swift as we had expected them to. But the defense is still there. The defense is still there. They were able to keep their Chiefs in it for a while, but we're just able to come up just short on a call that Mahomes was arguing the heck about, which he apologized later on this past day. But still, Patrick Mahomes, if you're watching this, you got to learn to grow up, because that was in the full hands of the officials, and that was the right, proper call. And you might want to apologize to Josh Allen too. But coming in at number 3, like I said, after just beating the Chiefs, none other than the Buffalo Bills making their way back to the top 5 list. Now, they might be outside the playoff picture, but they are still one of the hottest teams in the AFC. As we look at their team, they are still one of the toughest units. After firing their offensive coordinator, they have been firing on all cylinders ever since. They have looked so good against multiple teams, and now you beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead, which renews a little spark for your playoff hopes. But that's why the Bills are at number 3. Coming in at number 2, even after probably the largest upset of the year, even though they had an upset, the Miami Dolphins. Now, hear me out. The Tennessee Titans put up a good fight. And they were a funny story. I was actually going to bed when the 3-minute warning happened, because I thought there was no way that Tennessee was going to come back. But I woke up the next morning and wow, what a job by Will Levis and the Tennessee Titans. But Miami's still good. They are still one of the toughest teams in the league. You got Tua Tagovailoa leading the charge. You got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert, and many other guys on that offense, plus their defense with Jalen Ramsey. Now, this is still in question. Many people are still questioning the Miami Dolphins. But for right now, they are still at number 2. Coming in at number 1, after an overtime thriller against the Rams, have to put this team at number 1. The Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens. Lamar Jackson. That's why they are at number 1. And that guy, Tyron Wallace, making the game-winning 76-yard kick return for the game-sealing touchdown. I mean, dang, that was just exhilarating for all Baltimore fans around the U.S. They were able to show up in this game. The Rams were threatening, but the Ravens responded. This Ravens team is legit. Many people question, is Lamar going to stay healthy? And he has stayed healthy for the most part. We'll keep an eye on if he can stay healthy. But when you got Odell Beckham Jr., Zay Flowers, Isaiah Likely, Gibbs, and many guys on this offense that can make plays, they are just one of the hottest teams in football right now. They are one of the toughest teams to go against, not to mention their defense that is just so hard-hitting and powerful, including with former Seahawk Jadeveon Clowney, who is having the best season of his career right now. This Ravens team, I have picked to go to the Super Bowl. Now, against the Eagles or the Niners, we don't know because of all the stuff going on in the NFC right now. But as for right now, on top of the AFC, I have the Ravens. So let's go over the list. Ravens number 1, Dolphins number 2, Bills number 3, Chiefs number 4, and the Jags coming in at number 5. And that's my list for the week. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on the notification bell. Next time we do this list, things will change. Like I said, we don't know what upsets are going to happen. For what upsets we know are going to happen, we don't know. And also, I'll be coming up with a weekly pick video tomorrow. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Until then, I'll catch you guys in the next one. So long for now.